Welcome to another edition of Pittsburgh Sports Line at Hollywood Lanes, right in downtown Dormont, 2961 West Liberty Avenue. Don't plug it in on your GPS. Just call us. Give me a call, 412-973-9611. Smoking Jim won't answer except for maybe me once in a while. You'll find us like everybody did. Thanks, everybody, for coming out to our show. I appreciate this. It's a nice spring-like winter day. So we're going to have some fun here. I'm Al Levine, the Talking Machine. Smoking Jim Frazier is my co-host. I want to thank everybody for watching us each week on Verizon 32, all the way from Nemacolin to Cranberry, Wexford, everywhere in between, including downtown Dormont. Thanks again. We're only available on Comcast 7 in Bethel Park. Thanks to all our fans in Bethel Park on Comcast for watching us. Even my KO friends are watching us from the football team and everything, where I had a reunion at the Saloon in Mount Lebanon. They say they watch the show every week. Shout out to you guys. Now we start our first segment with What's on Your Mind. Skeets Lewandowski is the sponsor of a segment of What's on Your Mind, and we're going to start that right now. Smoking Jim Frazier, what's on your mind?
Thanks, Al Levine, the Talking Machine. And if you want the green,
Hold it, I got it.
you got to see Levine.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
Hey, thanks everybody for coming out. Big hand for international and national models. She'll be participating in the Miss Pennsylvania this summer. Big hand for Sindel Barnes in the house. Taylor. You know, the United States is a country of second chances. You know, you can be a successful lawyer if you go to Yale or you go to jail like Judge Mathis. In America, you can have a DUI, you can cheat on your wife, and you can be a deadbeat father, and you still get a second chance. Pete Rose is the greatest baseball player of all time, and nobody will give him a second chance. Alex Karras, Lynn Dawson, Paul Hornung, and many, many others was caught gambling, but the NFL suspended them for 1 year. They came back and they had Hall of Fame careers because alcohol, drugs, and gambling is addictive. Pete Rose is addicted to gambling, but he never cheated the game. Did Pete Rose cheat the game when he had 4,000 hits? Did Pete Rose cheat the game when he was Charlie Hustle, hit on slides? Did Pete Rose cheat the game when he was voted to 17 All-Star games? Did Pete Rose cheat the game when he won 3 World Series? Did Pete Rose cheat the game when he won MVP, when he won Rookie of the Year, and when he won World Series MVP? Listen, in this country, they can legalize marijuana and nobody has to live in shame. In this country, a black man or a woman can be in the White House and nobody can live in shame. They can pull down the rebel flag and nobody has to live in shame. Now gays can get married, fight in the military, and no longer have to live in shame. The only thing that is a shame is Pete Rose is not in the Hall of Fame.
Smoking Jim, that's the first time I heard everything you said, because all of it is wrong. Now, I know you go through stoplights, stop signs, and I know you're a natural-born rule breaker. But when you break Article 21 in baseball, and then you sign a letter that you'll never be in the game again, what do you call that? It's not a shame. He thought he was bigger than the sport. He's the greatest singles hitter in the Major League Baseball that will not be in the Hall of Fame because of his arrogance, Smoking Jim. And you're in that category too, because you've told me before. So you're my brother from another mother, but this should have died last year. He was actually on TV, during the playoffs and everything when it was one and done? You missed every game that he spoke about. He bet on every game, for and against teams, like he's always done. I even ran into somebody on our show, Roger Houston. They were 17 years old, and what was Pete Rose doing? I rest my case. I'm glad you applauded him, because he did take about 3 hours to write that, and he memorized it. And it's the same thing I've heard in 2015. Angelo, welcome to the show. Will you introduce yourself to your fans and tell them the name of your company?
My name's Angelo Magnone, promoter at Made Men Promotions. We're in Weirton, West Virginia.
Thanks for making the trip.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that. And we know you got to get out of here.
No.
I planned on an in-depth interview.
Yeah.
Can I go?
Oh, yeah.
All right. When did you start this?
2013, we had the first pro show. We had an amateur show in 2012 when I was still an amateur. And we started doing pro-ams in January of 2013, and we just kept doing. We're just still doing them.
And I got to at least bring one up at the beginning here. When is your next show? Because some of the fighters we know, and one of my good friends is the Hitman.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Next Saturday.
The handsome Hitman.
Yep. The handsome Hitman will be back in the ring next Saturday. We're at Mountaineer Casino, February 13th.
And what do you call that event?
It's Cupid's Knockout Volume 3.
And I was going to call it the Valentine's Day Massacre.
Nah,
Is that too violent for boxing?
not original enough.
Oh, the Cupid's been around even longer. 1,000 years.
Yeah, but there's no Cupid Knockout. There's a Valentine's Day Massacre already.
And I knew you could take it. I always try to stump a guest, even if it's their own idea and they
Right.
love it.
Uh-huh.
I see you still love it.
Yeah.
And that's what the holiday is. St. Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
No, that's good. Now, what got you interested in boxing? How long have you been in the sport?
I actually got into it out of college. I played football at Bowling Green, and when I graduated, I had a message on Facebook saying that asking if I'd be interested in being a boxer, and I kind of went to this training camp out there. They had all these heavyweights, a couple of the heavyweights.
What did you weigh?
Like Charles Martin and Don Brazil were out there. They were just recruiting people with Division I athletic background and turning them into boxers. And there was just a bunch of heavyweights that never really boxed out there. They kept a bunch of them. One of them was the U.S. representative on the Olympic team as a heavyweight. And I got injured out there. It didn't last too long and came back and was fighting. And I started promoting.
Did you?
I like that better.
I can see that.
I was doing both for a little. Now I'm just doing the promoting. So
I think it might be a little wiser not to get hit.
yeah. That's part of the reason I like it better.
No wonder you, college educated, it just sunk in.
Yeah,
No, that's good.
smarter than I look.
No, I wouldn't say that. Remember, I'm up here, well, never mind. They say I pick on Smoking Jim all the time.
Right.
So what if he won't ask you a question? Do you know Angelo?
Yeah, I definitely.
Okay.
That's what I
Well,
meant.
you didn't do one of those punches or brother handshakes, so I didn't get hit in the chin. I was waiting to see
See
that.
me back at it.
Well, you've been doing this now. You live in Weirton, and where do
I
you?
live in Steubenville.
Steubenville.
Ohio, yep.
Do you?
Yep.
Football
I live
capital of the
yeah,
world.
One of them, yep.
No, that's great.
Yeah.
So you're a traveling man.
Well, it's right across the river. It's like
I know. What highway? Because I used
22.
to. Okay,
I live right off 22.
that's not bad. So you just promote in Ohio and West Virginia?
Just West Virginia right now.
Do you look to
Hopefully
expand?
Yeah, hopefully expand into either Ohio or Pennsylvania soon. For sure.
Well, you've been doing this a little less than 3 years, so I think you're doing pretty well.
Yeah, we like West Virginia a lot. We got we get along with the commission, and
I know
just,
Jim Frio and
had
Tommy.
nice venue set up over there. Yeah, and I mean it just works out better, closer to home for me.
And I want to thank you. What was that facility I went to? The Shriners?
The Serbian Cultural Center.
Oh, the
That's in
Serbian.
Weirton.
Okay, I was at Weirton before.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
getting confused with all this West Virginia, but it was so close. It took me 35 minutes
Yep.
from Bethel Park to get there,
Steubenville's another 5 minutes up the highway.
and that was great. You were first class. I had access to whatever I wanted to see and do there.
Yep.
It was unreal. They wouldn't let me eat any of the food, but I mean that was all right.
Yeah, I don't handle the food. You got to get after the Serb Center for that.
I know. They were a little tougher than you. But I had a great time. I had great seats. Then he goes, I may need you to announce something. My guy's not here yet.
The announcer
Remember?
was late. I was nervous.
Yeah. And I told him, you have to work with Smoking Jim Frazier.
Yep.
Because there's no panic. Look,
Right.
there's still no panic. Did he arrive yet? Because he's still talking quietly.
Yep.
No, but it was just a great time that I had there. You had great boxing. You know, do you video that stuff?
Yeah. There's videos. We keep them more
Private?
quiet because fighters don't want their videos out. But I mean, we have video.
I know. I met that hillbilly guy with the red hair. What's his name?
Oh, the hyperactive hillbilly, Johnny.
Yeah. Johnny, the hyperactive hillbilly.
hot,
Skeets
yeah.
Lewandowski become friends with him that night.
Yeah.
That I was out there. Now they're best buddies. They invite him around. So it is great. Don't feel like it's too far away with the different things that you put on. Like when we hear we're in Pittsburgh, we think it should just be 5 minutes, 10 minutes away.
Right.
But it's really not that far, your
No.
events.
No.
And he puts on a great event. They pack the house. So check that out. And he told me that he was bringing some tickets, Smoking Jim.
Yep.
So-
I do have some tickets.
You have some tickets.
Yep, I got
We can
some
give them
tickets.
away to people, or
Yep. Ticket giveaways. We'll have, if you have a Valentine, we'll have a Valentine Day gift set up there. So
how
get a
about if
picture
you
of your
have a
Valentine, put on a shirt, on a mug, we'll sell that.
how
up
about
there.
a would you have a contest to be one of Smoking Jim's sweeties? He has sweeties for Jimmy. I promote every week on the show because he always gets these photos with beautiful women before I want to get our photos here.
Well, he'll have the ticket to invite somebody, that's for sure.
Really?
Yep, I'll give him a ticket to invite. It's up to them to say yes.
You're you can only do so much. Now, how do they get a hold of buying tickets, or what do they do to try to find out where Made Men Productions' next fight?
Tickets and all event information, MadeMenBoxing.com, or you can visit our Facebook page, Made Men Promotions. Either one. We sell tickets on Facebook and on the website.
Great. No, that sounds great. Do you have a phone number or anything to call?
Yeah, the
because a lot
numbers-
of people listen. Say it slow.
Yep. Well, the number's on the website, MadeMenBoxing.com. For any questions you need answered that aren't on there, you can call 304-670-9406.
There you go. Anything else you want to add? Because, I just wanted to get a few things out on positivity here and what you do in the boxing community.
Oh, just thank you guys for having me. Hope you make it out to an event sometime in the future, if not this one. Maybe if I'm in Pittsburgh in the future, remember Made Men and check us out.
We won't forget you. And this is archived on YouTube forever.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I don't know if you know there's a lot of pressure. We got thousands watching our show. We got 5,105 likes
Nice.
in less than 3 years, so we're working at it.
Cool.
And we'll get another interview for you. And some of your boxers that come out, some of that stable
Yeah, I
out
wish I
there.
could have got some come out. They just
Don't
didn't
tell
get
me
it.
the excuses. We're training for a fight on
Yeah,
the
they
13th.
had to train. Yep.
That's the only legitimate one.
That's their excuse for being antisocial.
Is it?
Yep.
We're working on that.
Yep.
We need more social.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you,
It's a
guys.
pleasure. You guys are up here because your grandfather, Skip Atkins, shares everything I have. Then he showed me a video of some young man grabbing a basketball from about half court and throwing it a swish. Who was that? Gavin! Tell them how old you are.
6.
You may have to speak up. Can we get you over here? Gavin, pretend like you're playing with your brothers here and you want to be loud.
6.
Years old. How did you know to throw that basketball right in the hole there? Do you do that many times, or was that your first time ever? Tell the truth. It's a critical moment. Was that your first? Swish?
No.
All right, that's what I wanted to hear. He's good. All right, now I saw this video was, wait a second, where did you shoot that ball at? What gym were you in? Tell them again, all three of you, in unison.
Jefferson Elementary School.
Right in Dormont. No, where's it at?
Mount Lebanon.
You're in Mount Lebanon. I thought Skip told me you're from Dormont. Your grandfather at 81 years old, I got to watch him. So now we're going to have that video. Believe it or not, we have the video. It's not here, but you're going to see it right now when you watch this. He wasn't in on that. Gavin, thanks. But I need, since we're interviewing one at a time, will you hold up your medals and explain what you got them for and how many you have? Can you hold them towards the TV camera? It's right over there. Here, whoa, you got 3. 4. How many is it? 4 medals. Can you tell me what you got these for? Can somebody help him?
Taekwondo.
Taekwondo. Where do you guys practice Taekwondo?
Saying Taekwondo.
Can we hold up that? Peyton, would you grab that? No, behind you. There's that, whatever that might be. It'll explain where you go. Hold that up towards the camera.
That's nice.
So this is serious. Is that Zhang?
Yeah.
Is that your master Zhang?
Yeah.
Is he a good teacher?
Yeah.
You like him?
Yes.
You must, because I can't believe all the metal you got. Set that down. That's even heavy for me. Whoa. Well, Gavin, you can relax. You move away. Who's next? What's your name?
Julian.
Julian. You're the oldest.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then you step up to the mic here. You're on BPTV. Tell them your name.
Julian.
You have a last name?
Yeah.
I don't ask somebody's 6 years old, I don't ask them their last name. All right? Tell me your last name. I know it.
Silas.
Okay. And your mother is here?
Yeah.
Tell me her name.
Desiree.
I met her earlier. Now, tell me about your dad. Is he here?
Yeah.
Did he take videos of you guys?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, will you tell me what you did to get all these medals?
Same thing as Gavin.
Exactly.
Basically.
Haven't you been doing it longer than he has?
Yeah.
How long? How many
5
years? 5 years. And how old are you?
10.
So you started when you were younger than Gavin.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Now, what kind of belt are you wearing?
Black.
How do you get that?
Wow.
Tell them. They don't know. That's why we have you on.
Just work hard.
There you go, Smoking Jim. Do you think he could get a black belt someday?
Probably.
Only if he wanted to, right? Don't be giving that brother a handshake here. I don't want to get hurt. And what school do you go to?
Foster.
And is that in Mount Lebanon?
Yeah.
Okay. And what grade are you in?
5th.
Good. Stay in school. Don't listen to Smoking Jim Frazier. He believes in homeschool.
Homeschool.
He says whatever athletic sport you're in, stay in that. Here's what I say. Get an education because there's something called injuries. Look at him. He's been injured. I won't tell you what happened, but he still gets around. You have anything else to say?
No.
How about the school? Oh, wait. We got the grandfather saying, I heard you have trophies.
Yeah.
How big are they?
About right here.
Those are some big trophies. What do you win to get what do you have to do to win trophies?
Tournaments.
Tournaments. Where do you travel?
All over.
Do you? Do you know the furthest you've been?
Canada.
Canada. Well, I like Peyton. He's a good assist man. Do you play other sports?
Yeah.
What's your favorite?
Basketball.
Well, he gave you another assist. You know that? Do you like to shoot or pass?
Shoot.
Okay, well then he's a good assist man. We're done with you. Thank you very much. Step back a little. And that was Julian. All right, we got our assist man, and it looks like he likes to shoot too. But will you tell me about, you got some big medals here. It seems like everybody got at least 4 medals. What happened? Hard work.
Yeah.
You know what? You guys got the same line. Who wrote that? Did you guys write all that on this paper? Somebody did. Oh, never mind. We're not scripted here. We just want the facts. How long have you been doing this? Taekwondo.
3 years, I think.
3 years? Okay. Do you need an assist from somebody, a lifeline? Gavin, how long has he been doing it? Since you were in diapers? Oh, he doesn't know. We're not asking you any more questions. Do you go to school? What school?
Foster Elementary.
That sounds familiar. I heard that a little earlier. What grade?
3rd.
3rd grade. How come you're so smart that you could help your youngest brother and your oldest brother out? That's what I want to know.
I don't know.
Well, that's a good answer. What kind of belt do you have?
Half black, half red.
So you're working on getting the black belt next week? When your teacher said you're or when your sensei said you're ready?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I was just testing you. How'd I do?
Good.
All right. Well, you guys were great. I want to thank your grandfather, your parents, your aunts, whoever brought cookies. Stephanie brought cookies and brownies. She's trying to fatten us up. And the pizza. Wait, we had Camp Petey's pizza. Do you believe that? You guys probably never eat there because look at the shape you're in, right? I know him. I know Nick. Don't I know Nick? We did a show there. Do you believe that? We did the same show at Camp Petey's Pizza. They have the best extra large pizza of the year. And we were there the first day,
I
right?
got one quick question.
Ask them too.
What's your favorite sport?
Football.
All right.
That's what he's an NFL scout and a
Yeah.
Steelers scout. Well, my dad was a basketball referee, but I like football and baseball, so you guys help round it out. Gavin, do you have a favorite sport? Give him an assist. Tell him what he thinks his best sport is. Time's up. Soccer. How'd I guess? Well, you guys were great. You take care. Thanks for the last assist. You're the man. Keep doing what you do and stay in school.
Well, hello.
After an introduction like that, you don't need anything else. Well, you know I'm a fan of Championship Chase.
Yeah, I do.
I watch them all except the last show. Got pushed at 2:30 in the morning. I watched 15 minutes of Jerome Bettis and then only half of your show.
So that means you fell asleep on me.
Wrong. You didn't listen to me. I DVR'd it and it clicked on at 2:30.
Oh, okay.
So that's why
I'll take
they didn't teach her about rhetoric in school. I have a lot of it, and you understand that. So I missed one of my favorite segments, you and Tom,
Yes.
in that last show. That's what I was getting at.
All right.
Whether I fell asleep or not, it doesn't matter. He didn't tell you. Sometimes I don't sleep, and that's why you have to get up pretty early to get one up on me.
Oh,
Just so you know.
Is that so?
That's part of it. I'll tangle with anybody, the best or the worst.
All right,
It
let's
doesn't
go.
matter how smart you are, but it's not today.
All right.
So, what else? What are your plans? Because Championship Chase is done for the year now.
Well, you know, I'm here just getting back on my feet after that devastating loss.
Oh, are you?
So I'm just coming back around. Actually, I just came out just because Jim called me. I was under a rock for a little bit, but
Well,
now I'm just trying to come up from out under my
We like
rock.
bringing people out from under the rock, okay? Because that's what we do. And he's always trying to get sweeties for Jimmy. So now you're in that category. Because now you confirmed it by what you told me.
Oh, goodness.
You didn't know you walked right into that. That's some of what happens here. So, but I wanted to bring that up to you. And I appreciate how passionate you are about the Steelers. I don't always agree with you because
You
one of my
should.
no, here's why I don't. And you're so smart that it's tough being with smarter people than me. And I make this statement to everybody I know in sports. Please don't let the facts get in the way of your opinions when you talk to me.
Okay.
See, she wanted to argue.
No, I'm not. Because I don't have opinions. I only shoot facts. Everything I say is factual.
Now this will be on YouTube forever, and I rest my case.
Whatever. Whatever.
I wasn't even setting you up. I let you do it. You remind me of some multi-million-dollar attorneys that I was dealing with in an arbitration case. Oh, forget about it. That's back a long time ago. And guess who won?
I'm sure you did.
Yeah, it was the first time ever, but I did. But that's another story. What do you think about the Steelers' future?
I think it's looking good. I'm gonna give it Jim. This is gonna be the year of the Steelers.
Ah.
He busted our chops all year. It was year of the Bengals every time year of the Bengals. But who knocked the year of the
tell him-
Bengals down the drain? So that's why I say year of the
Well,
Steelers.
one thing I have to put the disclaimer, he's a known gambler. Last year, he lost 11 houses.
I was about to say he don't have a house, he don't have a car, he don't
listen,
have anything.
he lost 11, but he only won 4 back.
Yeah, I was about to say, he don't have much. He bet the house on them Bengals, and they sure lost the house, the car, the kids, everybody. Everything's gone.
Well, one thing you're missing is he also bet the remaining houses of his family
Oh, God.
on Pittsburgh West.
Oh, God.
And you saw what they did.
Oh, goodness.
They had the bungle disease.
Yes.
So now, what do you think about the secondary?
I'm actually.
Because you've been outspoken on it. I've listened to you.
You know how I've been. Going
Did I
into
ask the
this
right
last
question?
season- yes, you did.
Okay.
Going into this last season, nobody even had the Steelers defense on their radars. They just thought that it was going to be toasty all year long. They were going to get toasted. They showed up. They came through, held it down a lot of those games, and got us where we actually were because our offense was so ailing, especially towards the end of that season. It was like we lost everybody. So the defense is actually what stepped up and got us through. If it wasn't for that ailing offense, we would still be in it right now.
Yeah, you make
So
it.
it was the defense that even got us that far.
Well,
yes,
I'll
yes,
give you
yes,
one
they
name.
been.
Hold
They-
it before
they
you
were
get too
bending, but
crazy
they did
with
not
me.
break. They did
Before
not
you
break.
get too crazy about the defense, because they did give up about the most yards
But
than
it doesn't
anybody.
matter, yards, but they did
All
give
right.
up the points. If
Right,
you
but
don't give
that's
up the
not my
points-
argument.
All right, what's
I'm
your
going to give you
argument?
one name. If this name was not on the team, we're not even with your defense. D'Angelo Williams. If he didn't play, I don't care what your defense did or didn't do.
Mm-hmm.
If he's not on the team, my point is we're not in those games.
I mean, you're saying ifs. He was there. That's why they picked him up. They knew it was up. They picked him up just for that
I would
very
love to
fact.
argue with you because if you think that defense, if they hold,
I'm not taking anything away from D'Angelo. He held
Okay,
it down
'cause-
with Bell out. I said it all season long.
She bringing all the facts.
But we expected our offense to be on and clicking. We got bombs galore.
Well, you know-
our offense is a beast.
you know the
defense
standard.
is what was
You know
lacking,
the
and they
standard
came
isn't
through.
the standard. They stepped up because they changed. They got younger, faster players, and they constantly blitzed. And very few times did it hurt them. And some of our flaws weren't such flaws because there was less time to throw the ball. Then we did one other
That's
thing.
strategic. That was the plan. That's the way it was set up to be.
Your answers are verifying what I'm saying, so keep it up.
Okay.
I like that. And the defensive flaws were not seen as much because they did one thing that was unusual from the last 3 years. They intercepted the ball and picked up fumbles. Now, I'm hopeful that the defense improves a little more where they can hold a
Oh, they
lead.
are. They are.
I'm having you back
Oh, you,
next
you will have
Steelers
me back,
season.
and we will be
'Cause-
sitting here talking about how they even clicked even more next year.
Yeah, but-
and then the offense will be well.
Well, here's the difference. I'm a Steeler fan, but I'm a realist.
I'm
And
a
we'll have you.
realist too.
Yeah, with your facts. You're the realist with your facts, and I
Whatever.
respect that. It's not whatever.
Okay.
All these people see that. It's like a team. If there's one player on that team, you're on the team, right? But that guy sucked. So you have to make up for it. And he still sucks at the end of the season. So, and those are facts.
Okay.
All right, I'm glad you agree. Thank you for being on our show. I can't wait to have you back next year when we go 12-4. Welcome aboard. It's been a while since you've been on Pittsburgh Sportsline. What do you think?
This is nice. This is nice. It's comfortable. Great to see my man over there with you, Al. I think you guys do a great job. You've always been tremendous for the community. The show has always been great. I've enjoyed being on it. I did 40 years of boxing in Vegas and all over the world. Covered about 800 titles in my career, but Pittsburgh is always in my heart. I live here, as you know.
Yes?
I don't have to travel as much anymore now. I kind
Why
of
not?
retired.
What happened?
I retired from Vegas after 40 years plus.
Well, congratulations. You made it out alive.
Yeah, really.
Oh, sorry. I
I'm
didn't know.
doing a couple things a little different now.
Tell me one thing.
I got with a company that's, I mentioned it last time briefly, that we were ready to go with it. Well, we're in 9 states now. Full Circle Technology. We're giving people jobs in the state of Pennsylvania. We have a chance to be doing our road material is making roads last 30 to 50 years longer. The EcoFalt it's called. You can go online on equity.net and get an idea of this product. It's a green product, which is great for the environment. I'm with Sri Chandra. His father is the president of Full Circle Technology. His brother is the chemist that invented the product. The product goes on asphalt. It seals the asphalt with oil, and it makes the roads stronger up to 30 to 50 years. We're in 9 states. We had trial runs in South Carolina where the floods were that did devastating damages to the roads, as well as Dallas. And because of that, we were invited at the state dinner in Washington at Christmas time. And the company is going nuts right now. We're in 9 states. We are hoping this will be the 10th state starting around April. Up in New Kensington, we're looking at taking 200,000 square feet of the old Alcoa building and 180,000 feet on the other side near the asphalt company up in New Kensington and providing thousands of jobs for people. Right now, we have Tuscaloosa, Alabama, producing close to 50 tons every 2 weeks of our product. The government has ordered 500,000 tons already of our product. And so we've got an opportunity.
How do you go from sports to asphalt?
Well, I'll tell you what, I got a lucky
That's
break.
what I want to know. Because you surprised me. I thought we were talking sports. You know this is a sports talk show.
Yes.
All right. And I don't mind promoting some businesses
we're going
here.
to be doing stuff with sports. That's what's crazy. We're going to be
With asphalt.
No, the money that we're making will be investing into very large venues of world title boxing because Sri loves boxing. We want to give Frank Luca one last try in
Our
Vegas.
man Frank Luca.
Want to give Frank one last show.
Will you tell him I said hello?
He's 76, I think they told me the last time. And Frank started it all, Friday night fights. That's how I started my career in Madison Square Garden with Ernie Shavers and Muhammad Ali. And it was Frank's show, and that's how I started my boxing career.
Get out. That was your connection there, because Smoking Jim and I worked for him at the Meadows the last couple fights.
Frank,
the legendary Frank Luca.
Frank started it all. Friday night fights never would have existed on radio or television if it wasn't for that great man. And he had the greatest fights in the world, and we want to go down one last time. That's why we're working hard with this company and trying to build it up strong to have a world title that people will remember Frank's last big one.
Boy, that would be great.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't know you were involved in that. I didn't know what the business. I thought we're talking boxing.
Well,
you threw a right hook right at me. I went down for the count.
We're with Oppenheimer, one of the biggest security bank companies in the world, backing us.
You're dropping names that he's never heard of.
Gracie is the real deal, and she's with the motion picture and sound industry and music. We're putting an Asian tour together with Bruno Mars and Katy
Bruno
Perry.
Mars. He's dropping names like crazy.
Well, this
my
is
man,
all
you
part
haven't
of
missed
it.
anybody. This is quite a package.
This is all part of what we're
This
doing.
is a Pittsburgh
This is,
sports line first. We
this
went
is
from
gonna be-
asphalt ceiling that'll break whatever cartel we've had in Pennsylvania that the asphalt breaks up every year. I hope I'm still allowed to be on TV because it's a public access channel, BPTV out of Bethel Park.
We're gonna be doing a lot of things helping people. That's the bottom line.
Well, I'm for that. You know, we are all about that.
Yeah, I believe in it, and my man's been working like a dog out in L.A. with the real people, and we think we can do some great things for people. We'll have a kids program in New Kensington, keep kids off the streets, and give them a chance to make some
That's a
money.
good neighborhood
and,
to start there.
Yeah, because it's become an epidemic in our area for the drugs.
Yes.
And in my day and age, I never heard of such a thing.
You can't
as
be
it
that
is.
old. Come on.
I'm 62. We didn't have it like
No way.
Look good.
Who'd you bring with you?
I brought my lovely wife. Who
Can
else?
you mention her name?
27 years together, which is good for a photographer to be with me that long. And
I think it's good for
counting.
any couple, to be honest
We'll be
with you.
25th year this August as married. And
'Cause
Judy,
I was listening to every word you said. You said 27 years, and then 25 that you're married
25 married. Yep.
this year.
we're going to go on 28 years in October together.
But not officially married.
Officially married will be in August, 25 years.
I was trying to figure out the date.
She
I'm
was
a
on-
quick study on math. Ask Smoking Jim.
Yep.
Ask him.
Judy was with me from day one. We've been together a long time. And she's my
27
right
years,
hand.
according to my count.
She's my right-hand soul partner, everything. And
You know she took some photos too?
I taught her the business.
That was sports photography.
She did sports.
This
she's
is
done
getting a photo of
movies.
her sweetie.
She's done movies. She's done everything with me, and she's my right-hand line, as we say.
Your Girl
Keeps me-
Friday. How about that?
She's my woman.
That was a movie.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yep.
Well, I appreciate you
I'll
coming
tell
out to do that. Any closing? Because you could normally out-talk me, but I've been trying to distract you because I learned some new technique
Did ya?
since you ran wild on me the
Oh,
one
I tell
time
ya.
when you had 3 more words than me, and I said, I got to shut you down now.
Well, I'm doing one other thing. I'm in a band playing drums.
That's
and
what I
we're
was trying to
playing
get out of you.
religious. We're playing religious rock and roll. We'll be up in concert
The
around
name of the band.
New Day Sunrise. Gentleman named Bill Kaufman. God told him to start writing one day. He's wrote 3 albums. You can go online and check it out. Bill Kaufman's music. It's pretty remarkable stuff. It's beautiful, and I'm playing drums after 38 years again.
That is awesome.
And we're
You
having a
just
lot of
never
fun.
quit.
Well, you keep going.
Yeah.
That's why you're put on this earth.
There you go. Now
know?
there's an inspiration.
That's
Easy,
it.
Smoking Jim.
Keep going.
Did you see that? He got me with the right. You got me with the right.
Jim still.
You're both done.
Jim still has the records for Cal U, baby. He's still got the running records.
What year was that? Do you know? Because he won't tell us. What year?
That's
I'm all
a
ears.
secret. We've always promised we keep that a secret, man.
there's-
That's how
folks,
back we go
There's
back.
a living conspiracy from Cal U.
Yep. Definitely.
You know what? I already gave you 3 times to talk more than me. That's it, my friend. Good luck.
God bless. God bless.
In this asphalt
Keep it
thing,
going. Yeah, we'll keep
I
it
hope it is
posted.
very successful
Yeah.
because I'm tired of all those orange barrels being up.
We think it could be something remarkable for this country.
If anybody can do it, my money's on you.
Thank you very
You
much,
take
Al.
care.
God bless, guys.
Thank you. Now, this young lady talked to me over a year and a half ago,
I did.
and she said she has a degree in broadcast journalism and 2 or 3 other degrees, and she wanted to know if I had any position on our team. I said, I got 1 co-host, and on Tuesday nights we have a couple co-hosts. Then I never heard from you again.
Sorry.
Till
I
just
got busy.
recently. Now I do a show with one of her friends, Bethany Montecalvo, Healthier,
Yes.
Happier You. Sindel Taylor's been on our show numerous times. We've tried to help her. Smoking Jim's a private consultant to her with business and TV. They got a
Nice.
lot of big things. Tell them your name, and you've made it to Pittsburgh Sports Line.
Yes, my name is Cheryl Source, and I made it to Pittsburgh Sports Line.
See, she's been well trained.
I have been.
She's actually a graduate, wasn't homeschooled. Tell them where you went to
No.
school.
I got my undergrad at Bethany College in Bethany, West Virginia, and then I got a double master's at Duquesne. So,
That was double masters.
yes.
Now you know I
Yes.
didn't want to compete every time on the show.
Yes,
It's easy
yes.
to work with a guy that got 8 degrees of separation from Cal U. I've used this line once before and it seems to work.
Yes.
So usually it's 2 degrees of people here in Pittsburgh.
Yep.
Sometimes 6, but I go by 2.
No. Got
And
it.
you made it here.
I did.
She reached out to me and I said, give me a call.
Yep.
Because you know how I operate, Smoking Jim. Most people don't want to call you. Who's that? Will you come up here? She's too cute to sit in the
Thanks.
audience.
Thank you.
Please introduce her.
You want to tell him?
She look there.
Hi, my name is Valena.
She looks like a clone.
Yes, this is Mini Me.
That definitely is.
This is
Mini
my
Me.
daughter. So,
She's beautiful.
thank you.
And thanks for being well behaved. Who's that with you that you're holding on to?
Whoopi.
Say that again.
Whoopi.
Whoopee. Did I say it right?
Yeah.
That looks like a nice whoopee.
It is.
I
With
had
her
it
all
since
her
I
life.
was a baby.
No way. And now you're 3 years old, so that's not too long. How old are you?
9.
9. Well, you're very cute. Yes, she is. And we're going to interview your mother right now, and that was your 5 minutes of fame in like 30 seconds. So what are you doing with yourself now?
What am I doing now? Well, I do a lot.
Movies.
Movies.
Name a movie.
Well, a TV show that is airing.
Outsiders.
Outsiders, yes. I worked on that, talent and crew. And
did you get any TV time?
I don't know yet. The first episode aired last week, and I
Nobody
didn't
told
see
you.
myself. No, but the crew stuff, I did a lot of behind the scenes. So
Get on. So you
Yeah.
know a lot of technology and how to use it.
a little bit, yeah. I'm
Okay.
still learning.
Well, that's
So,
good. Look
yeah.
at your biggest fans trying to.
She is.
You're done now. Now,
Yeah,
do
yeah.
you do acting? You
I do
behind
acting.
the scenes?
I do
Have you-
behind the scenes. So
Any local shows here? Have you been in?
Just you mean
TV?
TV, like
Yeah.
on? Well, I was in Southpaw, which is boxing. So I
Right.
was definitely
Because we're
in
trying
that.
to talk about sports.
Exactly, I
You
was in
picked
that.
out a good one.
I did.
I was
Yeah.
worried there. Sometimes the smarter they are, there's no sports.
Yeah, and then I also did concussion too.
I
so-
was in concussion.
Yeah, yeah,
I got 5 seconds
yeah.
at the end.
I got about 5 seconds of a scene that they're in New York. So
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in Pittsburgh in the last scene.
Nice.
I was the
nice.
last one to sit down, and the camera still caught me.
Very nice.
So,
Very
it worked
nice.
out.
Yeah, it was a good movie. I liked it.
It was. Did you see
Yeah.
it?
I did.
Yeah.
I did. It was very good.
Because that's
So.
very controversial with football and all
Yeah.
the concussed players that we have in life that are still here. Oh, sorry. I don't know what happened. I may have been concussed a couple times myself. Right here at Keystone Oaks down at the high school
Yeah.
and in Dormont
yeah.
Field. So I played there years
Yeah.
ago.
Nice,
So-
nice. I don't think I ever got a concussion, but
Did you play sports?
I did. I did basketball in middle school, and then I did volleyball, cross country, track, and then in college it was track and cross country. So
Where'd you go to high school?
Trinity High School.
Trinity. Get on.
Yes, Washington, PA.
Keystone Oaks played them sometimes.
Yeah, yeah.
Definitely. It was a rivalry.
The years I was there, we lost I think every game. But
Oh, really?
yeah.
Those things will happen.
Exactly.
No doubt.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
when you played sports, did you think you'd go any further, like college? How did that happen?
Yeah, I did. I kept running. I actually went first 2 years of college. I went to Clarion University and ran there, and then ended up transferring to Bethany and finished up there. I ran. I thought.
What did you run?
Well, in track, it was the 1, the 2, the 4, the 4x1, the 4x4, 400 hurdles, 100
So you were
hurdles.
fast.
Yeah, I was.
Did you have
Yeah.
any records?
I came really close in college to
Okay.
breaking a school record. It actually took me my junior year of high school. I found out I had Graves' disease, so it really threw me back.
Well, that's terrible. Some
Yeah.
people never play sports again.
No. In mine, I'll be honest, it actually messed me up for hurdles. I'm still
Do you
somewhat
want to
messed
tell
up
them
from
what
that.
Graves' disease is?
Yeah, it's very similar to having an overactive thyroid. It deals with the thyroid. A lot of times people have theirs killed with radioactive iodine. However, my doctors put me on a recipe of medicine. So I was taking PTU and Synthroid at the same time. The PTU brought my thyroid down, but it was down too low. So it was too hard to regulate that medicine. So they would they gave me the Synthroid to bring it back up. And I was on it for about 2 years, and they started taking me off. And basically, it doesn't ever go away. It can come back.
It's
and
like in remission.
yeah, they just told me if I ever get pregnant, keep getting blood work at least once a year, and then I ended up pregnant, and
You have a beautiful
I have
child.
a beautiful daughter, and I ended up with underactive thyroid after that.
Really?
So yeah, now I'm on.
But then
Synthroid.
you still competed?
I did. I was still
But not as
competing.
much.
Not as much. I'll be honest. In high school, it was kind of sad. The coaches were really scared my senior year to even let me run in big meets because they were so scared that something would happen. But I was fine.
Well, how did you feel? Because I know
I-
people have had injuries, and
Yeah.
I know I had injuries,
Yeah.
but I still wanted to play the whole
Yeah.
time.
Oh, I wanted to go. I was like,
'Cause
let
I thought
me
I was
go.
invincible.
Yeah. And my biggest hero at that time was Gail Devers because she battled the exact same disease. She went through the radioactive iodine, and they were ready. Her legs were swelling so much they didn't know what was wrong, and they were ready to take her legs. And what they found out, she was allergic to, I think, the radioactive in the medicine she was taking, and they got her fixed, and that's when she came back and won the hurdles and the 100 hurdles, the 100 meter dash gold medals in the Olympics. So she was my hero, and that's what I was going to go do.
Well,
so
how hard did you have to work to try to overcome that? Because not only is it to compete, but to get to compete, that had to be very difficult.
It was. Like I said, in high school I was playing volleyball, and when I found out I had Graves' disease, I stopped playing volleyball and went into cross country to get the oxygen back to my lungs, like just to build my lungs.
Become in better shape,
yeah.
better wind.
It wasn't that I wanted to run long distance or that I was any good, and I actually used the cross country for track. So my last mile in meets, the coaches would be there and say, you got 1 mile to go, 800 meter mark. They're yelling at me, 800 meters. By the time I hit a 400 meter mark, they're like, Cheryl, go. And I'd take off sprinting and pass like 10
You'd sprint
girls.
at the end.
Yeah, I took off running, and they were like, where'd this girl come from? Out of nowhere.
What did your parents say about this? They had to be worried for you every time.
They were. Like, no one knew what was wrong because I went from running in high school at sophomore year, I was running a 13,300. And by my junior year, I was running like a 16.6. So we knew something was wrong. My family was scared.
Sure.
You know, I would go out and I'm running and running and running, and finally when we found out what was wrong, my dad and my parents and the coaches were all like, "You're running so hard that you could have just went right on the field," because it makes your heart race faster.
You mean die?
Yeah.
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 This is how drastic this could have been.
Yeah.
Now, and a lot of people will quit sports, but
Yeah.
you never did.
No, I didn't.
And that's what I find amazing. That's inspiring.
Yeah.
But yet you were safe too.
Yeah.
That you weren't just going to die if you went out.
No, I
Okay.
just talked with the doctors, kept going, and even today I
And
still
they
run.
okayed it so you could.
Yeah, right.
Okay,
Yeah.
because I'm trying to get at that point.
Yes,
Because some people
yes.
just do crazy
No,
things.
I
'cause it's
listen
crazy.
to them.
Okay.
But in order
and
to...
you were able to compete at a high level.
Yes.
Okay.
And in order to come back, I just trained all the time. I trained with other people that were running track and had scholarships, and
Sure.
I trained with them during the summer, and then I really got into lifting. That was the other thing, running and lifting, and that took over everything, and I still do it today. So
Well,
I
you
do
sound
both
like
of
an
them.
inspiration. I didn't know we'd
Thanks.
get this deep on
Me
being
either.
an inspiration.
I
but
love it.
Sometimes these questions come out.
Yeah.
I listen to people, so I wanted to find out more.
Oh, awesome.
Because a lot of people have struggles.
Yeah.
And I'm about positivity, as you know.
Exactly.
So there are good things that come out of this.
There are.
Yes.
I mean, you have a lot of sadness. That's why I'm always saying, stay Joey strong. You actually inspire me. With
Thank
all
you.
the things that you guys have gone through, it's incomprehensible to me. All right, I don't know how I would react, but how your family has, and I know you have bad days.
We do.
I know that, because you can't lie about it. It's true. I'm about positive stuff, and even I have bad days, but I'm not telling you when. But I just respect what you guys are doing, and with the Joey Favis Cancer Foundation and DIPG, I'm all in on trying to help you with whatever we need to do.
We appreciate that.
You're welcome. And any time, except when Dave calls me about an hour before an event, which thanks to Bethel Park.
It doesn't work out too well.
Yeah, thanks to the Bethel Park. What, girls in high school, I don't even know what grade. I didn't even hear about this. So I think they need the talking machine to do a little promotion on this stuff.
That's right.
So how are you then?
I'm good.
Good. And I heard you might have some updates for us.
Yes.
Will you talk about them?
Absolutely.
Okay, I just thought I'd ask.
We had a good year last year. We raised $65,000
That's amazing.
through Joey. Through Joey Favis Childhood Cancer Foundation, which obviously is our son.
Yes.
And we are donating $50,000 to a doctor in Stanford University. Her name is Dr. Michelle Mongi.
And why are you doing that?
Because, well, actually, we donated Joey's tumor to her because she has advanced in a lot of the research for DIPG. And
Can you
she's
explain
making
DIPG? Because we know more about it now, but
Yes.
just tell them, because a lot of people watch this for the first time.
Right.
And I'm redundant in questions with you.
Sure.
Because you know people are naive a lot of stuff and they don't want to
Right.
hear a lot of bad things, but this is terrible.
Well, most people, you hear about cancer, and the common ones you hear, like leukemia, everybody knows what that is, breast cancer, prostate cancer, whatever. But DIPG stands for diffuse intrinsic pontine glioma, which is a tumor in the brainstem, the pons of the brainstem, which basically controls all of your vital functions, breathing, blood pressure, your vision, heartbeat, movement. So when you get a tumor in your brainstem or in the pons of your brainstem, basically there's really nothing they can do. They can't biopsy it. Some people are biopsying it, but
No.
it's risky.
Yeah.
So there's not much. There's no hope. There's 0% survival.
Well,
in
I've
this
been calling
disease.
it a death sentence with 9 months
Yes.
or less.
Most.
Am I right
most
on that, or
children,
pretty close?
No, you're absolutely right.
Okay, because I've tried to read on it.
Yeah.
Because I hear you saying it and I sense all the sadness, so I don't want to keep picking
That's
on
okay.
that. So I've
No,
tried
it's
to.
good for me to talk about it.
Okay, good.
Because people hear about
Because
it. and
I
that's
see
the
this
goal.
just like a young girl just passed away, yesterday or the day
Yes.
before.
Her name was Emma.
Emma was diagnosed in December and is dead in January.
Right.
To me, that was so heartbreaking to see that.
Everybody is affected slightly different. It just depends on where it starts and how it infuses into the brainstem and spreads from there. So some kids live a couple months, some kids live a year, some live a little more than a year, but the average life expectancy is 9 to 12 months. Joey lived 8 months. Again, it's all it's
Tell
up
them
in the
the
air.
day. Tell them when he passed away, just because I want to put that out there. 'Cause-
Which day he passed
Yes,
away?
yeah.
January 21st, 2015.
Okay. And that was actually, my mother was born on the 22nd of January.
Was she?
Yes, and she's been dead since 1988 with a horrific disease called Alzheimer's.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't know what it was then. So she's been gone since then, and when I saw Joey died on the 21st, my mother
Right.
was the 22nd, I go, I'll never forget that day,
Yeah.
because it hits
You
home.
can affiliate.
Yes, yeah, definitely. I do have an empathy on that, because she didn't talk the last couple years of her life.
Yeah. Right.
Was
Right.
in a fetal position.
Oh,
So I
that's
mean,
sad.
those are things, we all have things that are horrific that happen. Everybody's touched by something.
Right.
Everybody thinks somebody's luckier than another one.
Right.
Certain ways maybe, but this is horrific. And we want people to donate money, whether you have $1, $5, if you have time. There'll be events coming up.
Right.
So there's so many ways you can help to make this disease known.
Right.
So then people start putting funding there.
Right. The
That's the
awareness
key.
is key. So this year through the foundation, like I said, we have $50,000 we're donating to the physician.
Congrats.
Thank you. And we were able to help 5 or 6 families this year through Christmas as well. We helped a family last year, but this year we did some donations with kids that have DIPG, and another child that we knew, actually a teenager from Canon Mac, who is suffering from cancer, who was inspirational in part of Joey's treatment, kind of like a big brother to all the kids.
Yeah.
His name was Luke Blannock, by the way. He
Okay.
played basketball and baseball for Canon Mac.
I've read a couple write-ups
Yeah.
on him.
He's a good kid.
Yeah, he's super.
But
And what a good attitude he has.
some of the up-and-coming events that we're having, we actually just yesterday, the students in the club called DECA at the high school hosted a family night bingo, and they raised $1,300 in just a 2-hour event, which was awesome.
I'm impressed.
Yeah.
Very much
yeah.
so.
We are obviously going to still host our annual Joey Favis Run Over DIPG 5K. That'll be September 18th.
It's an awesome event. I was
Yeah.
glad I could film it.
Yeah. No, we
You
were
know?
glad you were there.
Oh, it was fun for
But-
me too.
That'll
Because-
be an annual event, and we start promoting that in the spring.
Good.
We're talking about doing a gun bash, cash bash,
Yeah.
purse bash, a few other things. But
Well, stay tuned, and you know you're
We will.
welcome anytime.
yeah, but if you want me to talk a little bit about sports, I can add a little into that right now.
You know, would you?
Yes, absolutely.
Let it rip.
Well, this
We
no,
got
it's-
some
it's
time.
it's a sporting
How much
event.
time do we have?
It's an event.
Oh. Okay, then go.
So
That's
Thursday,
even better.
Thursday, February 4th,
Okay.
the Bethel Park basketball team, the Lady Hawks, are hosting a youth cancer
Not with
awareness
the
night.
coach, Jonna Burke.
Yes, Jonna Burke.
No. What a team they
Yes,
have.
she is actually one of our board members, and
I know, that's why.
they're hosting a youth cancer awareness night, and they're playing Baldwin, which is a big game for the Quad A teams. So we're hoping that people come out to support them.
What time's the game start?
7:30.
Okay.
JV's at 6. Their game will be at 7:30.
What's the tickets cost?
$5. I don't
All
know.
right, you got to come out.
Anyway,
How do they help support?
They're going to sell T-shirts, and they're
That's
doing
what
a
I
50-50, and they say they're doing a Chinese auction, but I don't know much about it. But all on behalf of our foundation.
The only thing I'm going to ask, I'm not raining on your parade, even though it can still rain.
That's okay.
Get flyers to us, because I'll put it out everywhere. You know how I am.
Well, it's on Facebook, but you know,
I know, but it's so scattered.
people are bad at flyers. That's the bad thing. Like advertisement needs to be better.
Well, here, you got to put the talking machine in charge of it. Look, I got flyers for jobs.
Yeah.
I got flyers for, our pizza sponsor. No, but this is what you do. Plus an artist. Give me a flyer. We'll put it out there. We don't mind promoting it. Even Hollywood Lanes, when they have something like that. But you know what? We're going to try to make it. What is that, Friday night? You
No,
said?
Thursday.
Thursday night.
Thursday
Ooh.
night.
I
You
will
live
try
right
to
down
make
the
it.
street.
I know, but if I'm not home, it's hard to get there.
I understand.
You know that. People think I can be in 2 or 3 places, but I did find out I can be here tonight and have a show playing elsewhere. So I'm actually in 2
really?
places. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
How about that? Because this will be
That's good.
rebroadcast on Wednesday night. So I
Very
can be at
nice.
an event and then be on TV. And Smoking Jim's the busiest man in media. He's on 3 or 4 different shows. We don't even know where he's at legitimately because he won't tell you. He doesn't answer.
I hear you.
But I will try to make it. I can't promise for my brother
That's
from
okay.
another mother, but
I
I'd love to
understand.
see the game.
Yeah.
And
It's going to be a good game. Go Bethel Park.
Go Hawks. We're all about the
That's
Hawks.
right.
We appreciate Bethel Park TV letting us do this.
Yes.
Well, thanks for throwing some sports in here.
Thank you.
I want to thank you for having us again each month. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Jim. Love you guys.
I want to thank Bella. How's my friend? Look, that's my new friend.
Bella's actually getting ready to go to therapy school. She's going to be a therapy dog.
Really?
Yeah.
No, that's great.
We have the Dog Stops holiday party coming up next week, and we're going to be working with the Humane Society and one of my very good friends, Elizabeth Kozlov, and her husband owns the Dog Stop, and we're going to do a big event for them. And
Great.
they're going to put her in school to help. We're going to take her to hospitals and things.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You got a lot of good stuff here.
She loves people. She just
I could
loves
tell that.
everybody.
When I come down,
Who doesn't
she,
love you?
She wagged that little tail. I felt a breeze.
I wag my little tail when you come.
I don't want to know about that. It's a family show still. But hey, thanks again for this. We appreciate it. It's getting better each week here, or each month that we come out for
Yeah.
you.
Great people and great. Thank you everybody for coming. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, and thanks to Lindsay and you for being great hosts and hostess.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong. That's Hollywood Lanes. They're not just a bowling alley. They do it all here, from bands, fundraisers.
We're love warriors.
That's what they say. And they love when you bowl. And it's reasonably priced. Come on out. It's just a great venue. You just stay here. We're going to close this thing out. I want to thank BPTV, Dave Cable, Bethel Park for letting us do this, venture out on location, especially great locations like this. This looks great on TV. Whether you have Christmas trees all year, we don't mind. Smoking Jim, we're glad to have you here, buddy. And we had Joel Percheski of One World Blue, who's doing a lot of great things. He actually stopped in. He's been in the hospital, but he has a lot of great plans. You guys got to hook up with him. He's a great guy with fundraising. He has a One World Blue that's changing the world, social crowdfunding. So it's a social, like you do good deeds and you talk about it. You have initiatives, spotlights. Wait till you check out his site. I wanted you to meet him. I don't know if he stayed. And also, I want to close the show out with Stay Joey Strong.